The online Samus is camping you out? A Ganondorf player just destroyed your shield with up tilt. Every match you have no idea what you're doing and you're running against a dirt wall. Don't worry, today I will teach you how to get better in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on your own. This video serves not as a 100% surefire way to get you into a top 50 spot. This would certainly be impossible. But it can guide and help you on your way of becoming a better player to achieve your goals. May they be becoming one of the world's best, defeating your bracket demon, or just crushing your friends at home. So let's get started. Number 1. Don't skip the easy stuff. As a Link player, I have seen this way too many times. I go online, playing against other Link players, and suddenly they want to hit you with set drop nair loops like a big boss. Then you throw them off stage one time and they can't even bomb recover. Which should be much easier. Heck, there are also some players that can't even do a turnaround up tilt after a down throw. A simple standing turnaround. Here, look at this clip. Cloud was about to reversal this DK's ass. However, the DK player knew that Cloud players like to throw out big hitboxes. The Donkey Kong player dropped their shield and instantly turned around to get a grab and sent the Cloud into space. And this is something that should be so simple. Just turning around your character or just simply walking with your character. If you skip the easy stuff and immediately jump to the harder parts of the game, you are playing on a crumbling foundation. You will not be able to perform your easy options in a pressure situation. I know that practicing combos is the most hype stuff ever, but you also need to train the parts which will lead to your super duper hype awesome combo. Number 2. Do not stop practicing.
Well, duh.
Of course, you should never stop practicing. There's always something to learn. But this is not really what I mean here. While there is always something new to learn, there is also always something to maintain. Let's take a simple B reverse for example. At the beginning you will have problems performing it, and after some time you finally got the hang of it. Later you will get the B reverse 10 out of 10 times and you call it a day. Mastered, finished, not worth it anymore, you got it down. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you have mastered a technique, do not stop practicing it. It will be for a while in your memory, but after some time you will unlearn it, or let's rather say it will become more inconsistent. And you won't get it 10 out of 10 times. Now I don't say that you should practice B reversing 1 hour every day on top of every other technique. No, that's totally overkill. But don't stop practicing it and keep maintaining it. You can just do a few repetitions and write them down in your training document. Something like do 10 B reverses, do 10 wave bounces, kinda like you're doing push-ups, you know? Or however many you think are necessary. 10 are done in under 20 seconds anyway. On the topic of training documents and routines. Number 3. Take notes.
Write that down, write that down!
Take notes of important techniques you need to learn. Take notes for your training plan. Take notes for certain matchups. Take notes for everything. Stuff like this can be as simple as when Pac-Man is landing, they often want to use the hydrant. Attack Pac-Man from the side and not from below. This is like in school when you didn't want to learn for a test and wrote a cheat sheet. But then suddenly you didn't need your cheat sheet anymore because writing it down burned it into your memory. You can write everything into a Google Doc and access it from your phone anyway. It doesn't matter if you are at home or on your way to a tournament. Notes are there to guide, help and remind you so you don't have to remember every single thing. We have the technology. Use it. Number 4. Analyze your sets. You came back from your latest tournament and went 2-2. You were 2 times on stream, 1 time you won a set and 1 time you lost a set. Of course, there's nothing better than watching the set you've won, listening to the commentators who hype you up, and patting yourself on the shoulder for how sick you've played in the set. The set you lost?
It's a total fabrication. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened.
Erased from your memory, until you suddenly go to the YouTube homepage and the algorithm has a sick sense of humor and shows you a thumbnail of your mistakes on the YouTube recommended feed. Look, seeing yourself lose is always a huge pain, but you only learn from your mistakes. Watch your sets, lost and won. Yes, both. And write down what you've done wrong, what you could have done better, and also take notes of the things you've actually done right. Yes, pat yourself on the shoulder for once. You should not only look at the negative things to correct your mistakes, but also the positive ones to understand what you were doing right. Both will help you improve yourself, and furthermore, if you only look at the negative sides, you quickly lose interest in analyzing sets anyway. It is not only good to know how you messed up, but also how you got a hit in on your opponent. That brings us to our next topic. Number 5. Set your ego aside. You were once the best player in your region. You didn't really feel the need to practice, because you were on the top anyway. But suddenly you lost a game, then a set, then a tournament, and out of nowhere you're not even the best player in your region anymore. You think that you shouldn't lose and others were just lucky. The matchup is not in your favor, or they are playing a pay-to-win character in your opinion. Listen up, you crybaby. Everybody is a human being like you and me. Everybody enjoys their hobbies one way or the other. Everybody can improve if they put enough effort into it. You are not the main character. You are no anime protagonist. You have no special powers that make you good at video games. You are just some dude or dudette like everybody else who enjoys playing games. You are not a better or worse human being than everybody else. Set your ego aside. If you want to improve, then play with other players. Let them give you tips or give some advice. Help each other improve. It doesn't matter if they are worse than you. Maybe they know something you don't know. This is especially important when it comes to matchups. You can learn the basics in a matchup from players that are not on your skill level yet. The same applies to people who are not at a high skill level. You should ask better players or players on your level to play against you. Yes, you will lose sometimes, but you also want to improve, don't you? Don't be a noob crusher and just ask way lower level players to play against you so you can fill your combo montage for Twitter. I'll be completely honest with you, you might get some likes with your montage, but the weaker players got the experience through playing a better player. They improved, you stagnated. They beat you. Number 6. Conquer your problems. The typical Smash player will lose to a Casio player at a tournament and the first thing they do is going on Twitter and complain about the character they lost to. They don't want anything to do with this evil demon anymore that beat them in bracket, but this is exactly how you will never improve. If you want to get better, you need to grind out your problems. In this example, the Casio matchup, and practice it until you got it down. There are always aspects in hobbies you will not enjoy. I'm a content creator, but I really dislike cutting down videos. It is one of the most boring and tedious parts, but I have to do it. I think other content creators can relate to that honestly. And if you want to get better in Smash Ultimate, you have to grind this stupid Casio matchup and ask Casio mains to grind with you. Stop whining, stop complaining and just do it. Who knows, maybe you enjoy the matchup after you've learned it. Number 7. Ask good questions.
What?
I cannot tell you how often I got the question, any tips for Link? This question is on the same level as, any tips for maths? Yeah, sure. 2 plus 2 is 4. You're welcome. Hope that helped. I don't know if you're a toddler or a high schooler. What are your current math skills? In order to get good answers, you need to ask good questions. If somebody asks me, any tips against Samus? Then I don't know where to start and where to stop. Do you have problems in neutral, advantage state or disadvantage? Is it about approaching? Do you have trouble landing or on the ledge? I simply cannot tell. The question gets even more confusing as a streamer because I don't even know the character of the chat member. For example, if somebody is asking me any tips on edge guarding, then I don't even know what the opponent's character is. Heck, I don't even know the chat member's character, so I usually have to ask, what character are you playing? Just for them to go, Little Mac. You do not edgeguard 99% of the cast with fucking Little Mac. You revoked your right to edgeguard on the character select screen. You should rather ask, what can I do when Samus ledge traps me with a down B as Link? This is a more specific question, which will give you a more specific answer to your problem, and the funny part about all of this is that some questions can be answered by yourself just by asking them in a more specific way. Because your brain automatically thinks in a more complex way than just any tips. Please do not ever ask this question, I hate it, it doesn't help. There are good people out there who are still willing to help you after this question, but I swear this usually won't do any good for you. And these are my tips to improve for you. There are definitely more ways to improve in this game, and I didn't cover everything in a simple video. I've also got a lot to learn, but that's the exciting part about anything in life. You will never stop improving and you will always learn something new. Good luck. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, share, comment and subscribe. It would help the channel a ton. Also, if you want to see me play the game more, we have a secondary channel called Sillintor Vault now. The link is in the description. Until next time, bye bye.